Hi there, Guy from bugsnstuff and giantspiders.com. Mexico field trip, this time searching for the Mexican red-knee tarantula, Brachypelma smithi. There's me on the left, Andrew Smith in the middle, and Dr. Stuart Longhorn on the right. Here we can see typical Brachypelma smithi habitat. Dry, dense, deciduous forest and of course roadside embankments give us easy access to any burrows. Our first burrow was right next to the roadside, and a closer inspection using a torch revealed the legs of the spider inside. This one was reluctant to emerge, so we moved on to find another. This very picturesque burrow was under the roots of a tree. We had seen the spider earlier in the day, but it disappeared into its burrow whenever we got too close. So we waited patiently and eventually the spider emerged. It's now late afternoon and the spider is out, waiting in ambush for passing prey. Check out those beautiful orange and red legs. This one was easily extracted, so let's take a closer look at the spider out in the open. Looking at the spider, you may be mistaken for thinking this is not Brachypelma smithi, but the closely related species Brachypelma amori. But this footage was shot south of the river Balsas, and that's where the range of Brachypelma smithi begins. They are highly variable in colour over their range. Here's Stuart recording all the relevant data. Another shot of the same spider using a different camera, showing the great contrasting colours on this species. One of the easier and safer species to handle in the field, but as usual, exercising great caution by sitting down and making sure the spider is not going to fall. Let's get the spider back into its burrow. Unfortunately, the only male we found was this dead one squashed on the roadside. Okay, on to our next location. And here we found a large spiderling under loose rocks and leaf litter, again near the roadside. Even at this small size, you can see the characteristic pattern that will develop as the spider grows into the brilliant red and black coloration. Another roadside embankment and a huge burrow this time. Looking inside with a torch revealed large legs, so we were looking at one of the bigger individuals. Over to Stuart for the task of getting the spider safely out. A little bit defensive of its burrow, and for good reason, but thankfully this one was enticed out without any problems. Another very dark specimen, but have a close look, only 6.5 legs. This shot gives you an idea of just how big this spider was. But only 6.5 legs, one regrown front one and the other one completely missing. It's common to find spiders with missing legs in the wild, but just how they lost them will always be a mystery. Photo's done, time to put the spider back. So on to our final location, and the first one we find was a small sub-adult hiding under these rocks.
What's coming out the other side?
You see it over there?
Tom, it's behind you.
Yeah, you see it?
Yeah.
You got into him?
Yeah, just keep it there.
Yeah, just get that. Very defensive. So she thinks of a threat rather than anything else. It's very rare to see a reddening making an aggressive move.
But she's not biting, she's reaching forward. Beautiful.
A final spider was found out basking in this position, probably warming its abdomen in the afternoon sun, quite high up on the embankment. Let's see how the spider responds. So here we have a beautiful example of Brachypelma smithi, reduced markings on the carapace and more typical of what you'd expect to find in the wild. So this location is much further south than the first two, so you can see just how variable in colour the species is over its range. I make no apology for these lingering shots of this beautiful spider. It's an iconic species which I've kept in captivity for many years, but it was a real privilege to see them out in their natural habitat. Not as large as the one with 6.5 legs, but still a good sized mature adult female. Check out how dry the surrounding soil is in the habitat. The burrow was located on that ridge just behind me on the embankment. Another amazing find for the team. All done, let's return the spider back to where it belongs.